Alright guys, I think tonight's flight went rather well compared to last night anyway. I'm pleased with the way the plane handled today, and I'm kind of glad that I got it turned around as quick as I did overnight. But last night wasn't so good. The first part of the video that you just saw was last night. It was yesterday evening, and you saw that aborted takeoff. And I brought it back here and I fixed it, and then this afternoon I went out and flew it again, and I'm rather pleased with the results. You wouldn't even know that I did that last night. But to tell you exactly what happened last night is I made that rookie mistake that everybody makes from rookie all the way up to the most experienced. I didn't think I was going to make that mistake. I've seen other people do it so often that I didn't think I was going to do it. But that mistake was failing to commit to either a takeoff or an abort. And when I started that takeoff roll, I was really trying to monitor the tracking of the two wheels, because I had two new retracts in there and two new strut pins. And the flats on those strut pins are a little bit different. Well, they're not different, they're identical in design, but my old strut pin made one of these wheels a little off to the side, and it made it turn. It made the airplane turn on takeoff run. So it was following a little bit more of a straight path, but I was focusing so much on the tracking that I wasn't paying attention to how far down the runway I was getting. And at one point, trying to be gentle with it, I let this left wheel get off into the taller grass. That is the point to where I should have said abort and just throttle back and bring it back and try it again. But I didn't. I was thinking, well, maybe it's going fast enough, maybe it will still be able to lift off. But I couldn't decide. And while I was processing that thought, it managed to get up in the air a couple inches. And I'm really past the point. At that point, I'm really past the point of aborting, deciding to abort or go. But nonetheless, while it was lifting off in the air, as it was coming off the grass, I was deciding to abort. So the abort decision had already been made, the light went on, so I chopped the throttle a little bit to settle it onto the grass, even though there wasn't much left down there. There wasn't much left. I throttled it back to bring it back down on the grass, but it had already come up 2 or 3 inches. So you saw the impact and how it impacted. I'll explain that separately here in a minute. It was the right strut that had the bend in it. I think what happened was, as you saw in the video, the airplane came up and then it came back down as I was aborting the takeoff, and it came back down on the left wheel. Not terribly hard, but it landed on the left wheel, and then it spun around and drove the right wheel door and strut into the ground. It was kind of a whiplash effect. As it landed on the left wheel first, it spun the wing around. Kind of not really a cartwheel, but a horizontal cartwheel, but just enough nose down to where it drove this strut a little bit nose down in an angle backwards, and that happened pretty quick, and that's why it got bent. So that was really all my fault. I know I was blaming the pin being weak, but when I saw the video, that's what happened. It drove this thing back when it spun around. So what I ended up doing was took the strut apart, took the pin out, put it over here in the vise, and straightened that pin back out and reinserted it, which is fine. It tightened down real nice. It's very straight now. I used one of my older doors. My old doors had cracks up here, and I had done some super glue to fix the cracks. I had ordered new doors, which is what these ones are, with the whites on the inside. But because I broke that one last night, I went and retrieved my old door and put it back on here. So now I got working doors again and working struts. But that was the age-old mistake that you don't want to do. And you know, I've been watching guys for years do that. This whole summer, I've been watching guys either lightly damage their planes or heavily damage their planes by doing just that, either on a landing or on a takeoff, not deciding soon enough whether to continue with it or to abort it. I didn't think it was going to happen to me because I watched so many other people do it, and I prided myself on not doing it. But today, or actually yesterday, I fell into the same trap. So that's one of the things that's you really have to discipline yourself when you're flying RC airplanes. Beforehand, tell yourself what you're going to do, and discipline yourself enough to say, if things don't look right, abort. On a takeoff, if you don't like it, abort it. And if you get so far into it and the thing starts to leave the ground, be very careful. And it might be better just to continue the flight. I was afraid that it was so slow on the takeoff, and I was wishy-washy when it came off the ground. Part of me was afraid that if I did go, it was going to stall and go into the grass and do more damage. So a lot of things were going through my mind at that moment, but nonetheless, the damage was very minor. So, lesson learned.
You suck! You suck!